Hey y'all. Yes. How y'all doing? And happy birthday to you. You know I like to see people happy and make them smile. Happy birthday to you. Y'all, both of these young men have lost their lives. Okay? Due to a situation. Now we don't see so many laws, so many allegations, just people just saying what they want to say about this case. And it's strange how they throwing the law up in here, and when we have young teenagers have stabbed many a time and people lost their life in shooting in any kind of situation, okay? But before we get into what justified force, close that screen door and stop letting all them flies up in here. Yeah. So y'all, when you call threats as justifiable force, the threat of force is justifiable when the use of force is justified by this character. For purposes of this section, a threat to cause death or serious bodily injury by the production of a weapon, or otherwise as long as the actor's purpose is limited to creating a comprehension that he will use deadly force is necessary, not constitute the use of deadly force, which is true. Y'all got the definitions wrong, but this is true. I don't know what happened in this stabbing. I don't understand. Why did we have to go to a deadly force instead of an injury? I don't understand why administrations wasn't in place. Why was the coaches wasn't in place? Why wasn't nothing in place? Security or nothing in place? Why wasn't this boy safe? Why was y'all? We don't heard of plenty of stabbing and shooting, but it seemed like somebody didn't get there quicker than they. All the cameras and everybody witnessed everything, but couldn't nobody be out there? It's supposed to be an ambulance at every track meet, every sports. They supposed to be sitting right there on that field. Why was there nobody there to protect, to help this young man to survive at that time? Okay, because that was deadly force. I ain't blaming nobody. I want justice for both families. But I'm saying, where is everybody else at when this was going on? They witnessed everything, but y'all didn't move quick enough for me. I'm just so sad because a kid was lost his life. Two kids lost their life. Being a captain and a co-captain as like a young adult, like a babysitter. What really happened at this stadium? What really happened? What really happened? The police report don't even make sense to me. It doesn't.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and I'm not gonna talk about the rest. So just that's what I saw. And I tried to help him. But
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like a man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
That was some things said in this arrest report. I'm trying to make sense out of it. And this come from Arrest Officer 2, Ritson, Allison, and Cortez, Colorado. No alcohol. Where it said drug use, it's nothing right there. This is part of the police report. And something about this police report is telling me something different than what I'm reading. Kids know the police, y'all. All kids know police. They run for police. They say, I'm scared of the police. And they don't voluntarily tell what they did. Not kids, not grown people. They were like, I ran because I was scared. Now, these officers is allegedly reporting something that thrown me away from what they said he said, what Camelo said. And Camelo is a person that we haven't heard from. We heard everybody's side, but what they saying that he said, hearsay. Hearsay is not good. Now, where it said he was volunteering information that to the police officer. Alleged. How do he know what alleged mean? When I got on YouTube, this first time I really been using the word allegedly. What made Camelo use the word alleged? I am not alleged. Just because the police said that, stated Anthony was the alleged suspect. The officer, I can see the officer using. I don't understand why is he volunteering so much information to the police and say, I'm not alleged? Why would he say that? Why is he, see, it seemed like the way he's talking. Y'all, listen, people. Close that screen door and stop letting all them flies up in here. Now, y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the video. Everything I said is allegedly, because I wasn't there. I just can't believe that Anthony is volunteering all this information to the police. They're not lawyers. For him to repeat, he is shocked. I'm going to tell you, the way he talking, he's in shock. I never heard right here anything that they said that in this police report. Where my mama at? I need to call my mama. Where my dad at? I need to talk to my dad. I don't hear that. Usually that's what kids say. I want my mama. I want to talk to my mom. They don't be volunteering no information to no police. Y'all, I be around kids all the time. The first thing I said, where my mom at? I'm going to tell my dad everything. It just seemed like Anthony, is allegedly screaming out for help. He's in shock when he ran to the police. That's what it seemed like to me.
Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed my son.
Well, nobody else out there to help that boy. Wasn't anyone? Why wasn't nobody out there helping him? Why wasn't he was what he's saying, y'all? What he's saying, and y'all took it out of the content. He said that he was holding his brother, just let him know that he was trying to be with his brother and hold compression until help came. Why? I'm still asking the question, why did it take so long for help to get there? Help supposed to have been at the any sports, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, help supposed to be out there. The ambulance out there and the police supposed to be out there doing the same time, walking in that gate with them kids. They supposed to be there, y'all. It's nobody there. I don't care what kind of track meet you have. You have to have first aid there. Everybody was there, but what were they doing? They ain't think nothing was gonna happen. Like, we don't think nothing like this gonna happen at no track meet. But when there are kids, anything can happen.
Brother died in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight.
Listen, what she just said. How did he get that knife through there? Well, they check at the gate, right? They ain't doing a real good check. Because guess what? He got something through that gate. He got it through the gate. Okay? Y'all got to think like the kids. Y'all trying to think like old school and back in the days and doing the time like that. Y'all got to be up to date, man.
Anthony is now facing first-degree murder charges. And Jeff Metcalf
The best weekend ever.
is only left with memories.
I was able to watch and be blessed so much. To have both my sons are amazing.
When Jeff met diagnosed with cancer 9 years ago, his boys were his strength. Now cancer-free, it's his faith that's keeping him strong.
And when I kissed his forehead today, as his body was cold, I ran my fingers through his hair.
You know what? It's
I
strange.
told him it's not goodbye. It's see you later.
It's strange how spiritual situation happened to where the daddy survived with cancer and he lost a son. It looked like we got to sacrifice someone for something. I'm just saying, don't it seem like that? As soon as daddy got over cancer, something happened. Like we sacrifice. It seemed like when we sacrifice, we loses someone in our family. We loses. Something about this whole case, it's not right, y'all. You know why it's not right? Because we don't know the story. We got to wait on the investigation. And then right here said this had all taken place on the visitor side of the stadium. And the visit was under the Memorial High School tent in the bleachers. At around this time, the school resource officer was Mr. Cortez. He was over there at the middle school. Cortez arrived on scene and began assisting the victim, trainers, and the other parties. Officer Cortez also advised on the radio that he also had the suspect. You had uniformed cops out there. School resource officer was in the middle school. Yeah. They walked up to the visitor bleachers and observed Austin being treated by Frisco Fire Department personnel and also the athletes, trainers. The weather began to turn and it began to heavily down